Acclaimed television series like The Americans, Jessica Jones, Power, and The Nick originate straight out of Brooklyn. And the bill now making its way through the state legislature may impact how many more series join them and how diverse they'll be behind the camera. Now, the bill deals with amending the popular Made in New York tax credit, where TV and movie projects get a tax break along with marketing or promotional support if they set up shop here. But under the proposal, new TV series would qualify for the credit if they meet diversity benchmarks. And the Writers Guild of America supports the bill, and here's a video detailing that support.
This bill aims right at the heart of two problems: the lack of a stable base of television writing and, to some extent, directing work in New York, and the lack of diversity in television.
Quite often you are hired because of the person you know. And I get that. I get when people hire their friends. Unfortunately, the people that are in these jobs are a lot of white men.
Our industry has a problem with diversity. And the goal of the New York State tax credit, as we envision it, to incentivize the hiring of women and writers of color is an active, direct attempt to address that problem head on.
This bill solves that problem by having more women, encouraging women and people of color to be in those white writers' rooms.
The problem in New York State isn't a lack of talent, it's a lack of opportunity.
I think New York State should take the lead on diversity because New York is one of the most diverse places in America.
I went to film school at NYU in Columbia. I was trained, educated here locally, but I couldn't work here.
We should be able to work in New York State and contribute and earn a living and not have to always feel like...
Hello, everyone. Joining me now to discuss that proposed amendments to the Made in New York tax credit and the ramifications here is the person you just saw in the video, Lowell Peterson, the Executive Director of the Writers Guild of America East Branch. Lowell, welcome to BCAM. We want to remind everybody it's the Writers Guild of America East that is supporting the bill.
That's right. Yes, we're based here in New York. Our members are all over the East Coast, but we have a real presence both in the city and upstate.
Lowell, if this bill passes, how will this impact television diversity here in Brooklyn and beyond?
Well, I think it's the most concrete thing we could do to impact television diversity. What it will do is set aside a little piece of the very successful production tax credit to provide a financial incentive to hire women and people of color to write and direct television. In other words, the storytelling will become more diverse. That'll affect the whole industry.
Now, where is the bill at in the legislature? Is it close to passage? Do we know when the bill is going to come for a vote?
Well, Albany is a little strange, as you might know, but it is up. It has been introduced into both the Assembly and the Senate. It passed the Assembly last June overwhelmingly. We hope to get it through the Assembly and then get a vote in the Senate before the session ends in June.
Now, where are the other guilds in television on this? Where is the Directors Guild? Where is the Producers Guild? And also, where is the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment, which now has a new commissioner in Julie Menon?
Well, we are partnering with the Directors Guild on this bill, which is why we have both directors and writers covered by the incentive. All of the other unions are supporting us. The Teamsters, IATSE, the Screen Actors Guild is very supportive. The Mayor's Office, I think, doesn't technically take a position on pending legislation in Albany, but I'll tell you they're very supportive of a lot of diversity initiatives we're working on.
Mm-hmm. In terms of this meeting you're going to have up in Albany, what do you want to emphasize with them? What's the main points that you want to emphasize and get the bill passed?
Well, we need to actually walk the walk and not just talk the talk. There have been so many studies about how lack of diversity affects television. It affects audiences, it affects career opportunities. You know, every time another scholarly study comes out, it says, well, look, there's no diversity. There's no diversity behind the camera, which is our focus. And what should we do? And everybody wrings their hands. Well, here's what we should do. We should put some money on the table, and that will actually get the ball rolling.
Now, I noticed in the video you had some people from some of the producers, some of the writers of various television shows here in New York, and in fact, in the case of Beau Willimon of House of Cards, beyond. How much backing are they giving to the bill?
Our members are so enthusiastic about this bill. They have been activated. We are doing a letter-writing campaign to the governor. We've had 350, 400 people signed letters already, just Writers Guild members, which is a lot for writers. These are professional writers. Everyone is very enthusiastic. In fact, we're riding the Amtrak up to Albany next month. We're going to have a big turnout, and you know, people are going to go knocking on doors and saying, I write for TV, I think it should be in New York, and I think it should be diverse.
Do you and the Guild see this as a test case for other states, California, Texas, Florida, with major TV production, and some of whom have also tax credits similar to the Made in New York situation? Do you see this as a test case for other states to adopt the same situation?
Absolutely. I think if it succeeds here, which it will, we're confident of that, then it should be adopted in all the other states, California, Louisiana, you name it. I mean, again, it's a concrete thing that we can do and not just have more study groups.
Let's broaden the conversation a bit, because every year your Guild, other guilds come out with diversity studies. And it seems that we have a needle that isn't moving, where no matter what Guild report you find, every year it seems 13 to 18% of all episodic television is either written, produced, directed by women, 13 to 15% people of color, 1, maybe 2% women of color. How do we get beyond the needle? What else is the Guild doing? What are you doing in terms with other guilds or with the mayor's office to try to broaden diversity and get beyond that needle?
We're doing a lot of things. We have a diversity committee that we call our Diversity Coalition, because it's meeting with, for example, SAG-AFTRA and the DGA and the Producers Guild to talk about educational efforts, all kinds of things we can do. There's lots of alternatives. With the mayor's office, we're actually still working on a project that we hope will succeed, which will provide some real hands-on mentoring of women and people of color to write for TV with our showrunners, who are the people who run the shows. They create the TV series that everybody loves. And they have a lot of experience that they can share, and they also have a lot of contacts in the industry. So we're very pleased. We've been working very closely with Julie Menon and her folks. Nothing to announce yet, but we're working on it. So that's the next sort of big project, not to mention all of the other stuff. We're trying to meet with network executives. We're trying to build sort of cross-guild cooperation. I think everybody takes it seriously. We're struggling with how to get traction.
Let's get Brian and Melly on the conversation. What questions do you have?
I wanted to know how diverse the WGA East membership is. If these people aren't getting jobs, I just wondered how many non-white men are in the WGA.
No, our membership reflects the industry. It's not nearly diverse enough. I mean, in fact, that's one of the things our Diversity Coalition is struggling with, and this partnership we're in the process of discussing with the mayor's office is, you know, you've got a pipeline issue. In order to belong to any of these guilds, you have to first be hired. That's the first problem.
Yeah.
You know, we need to have more opportunities, and it's sort of, it's like so many industries that are non-diverse. You get a job because of who you know, and if you hire people who you know, so you tend to lock things into place. Yeah. So we've opened up our doors to diverse non-members to activate with us politically and to try to build these programs. Because if we limit ourselves only to current members, it's going to look like the industry.
Yeah. Very cool. I'm glad that you guys are taking that extra step.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying it's a problem, you're actually reaching out and looking to expand the base.
Yeah, we have to do it. We have to do it. It's, as one of our speakers on the video said, it's not a problem of talent, it's a problem of opportunity. So there's a lot of talented people, and those are the folks we want to work with, even if they're not members yet.
Right. Are you considering changing the membership requirements?
Well, you know, we're fundamentally a union, so we really only charge dues to people who are actually working under our contracts. I don't think we're going to change that, but we are definitely looking at a caucus structure where we can formally involve non-members really in the life of the guild, and then hopefully get them to the point where they can get hired and join.
And then join.
Yeah.
And Lowell, we'll have to leave it there. Lowell Peterson, the Executive Director of the Writers Guild of America, thanks for joining us today on BK Live.
My pleasure. Thanks
very much.
And
all the best with the bill. You got it. You can learn more about the bill and other diversity initiatives from the Guild at www.wjaeast, that's wjaeast.com, or WJ.org, excuse me, that's wjaeast.org. One more point. Julie Menon, the new commissioner of the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment, says other projects aimed at expanding diversity in television will be announced over the next few months. She's also open to having her agency encourage venture capital, angel investors, and incubators to invest or be involved with local TV startups. We have invited men to come on BK Live, and we will keep you posted. On another note, Containment, the CW's new drama about an out-of-control urban epidemic, debuts tomorrow night. We'll have executive producers Matt Corman and Chris Orr, who teamed up for Covert Affairs on USA Network, later this afternoon on Tomorrow Televised. And so will TV producer-author Kerry Zane, whose new novel comes out next month, 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on Blog Talk Radio.